So here's the thing. I am currently almost 6 years alcohol free, and I used to also believe, as it was my experience, that a life of sobriety without alcohol would be boring. In fact, I vividly remember thinking it would just be bleak and gray, and why would anyone want to be sober in life? Like, that sounds terrible. And I think the primary reason that life feels boring or miserable when people try to go sober from a substance is because their brain is still addicted to the substance. So on a daily basis, they're having to deny themselves something that they really, really want. And I think that the reason that some people feel like sobriety will be boring, again, I was one of those people, is because the alcohol use disorder or whatever addiction they have is still living in the brain. So in some sense, a person can feel deprived of a substance they want. It's like if you set out today and you're like, I'm never going to have, chocolate again or a cheeseburger again or whatever your favorite food is, it would be a real bummer because you would live your whole life not being able to indulge in this food or this substance that you really do enjoy and that you get pleasure from. And so it would take something away from you living a good, happy, fun life. But when you think back to the time in your life before you ever used substances, so when you were a kid or teenage years or young adult, life wasn't boring, right? Like, we found ways to entertain ourselves. We had fun. Alcohol or whatever substance just wasn't important to us. We didn't even think about it or feel like we needed it to have a good time. And I think this is why 80% or more of people end up relapsing or returning to drinking again after they go sober, because the brain is still thinking about the alcohol and wanting the substance. And even people who are able to stay sober a year or 2 years, I get emails all the time. They say, I haven't drank in 2 years, but I'm still thinking about drinking every day. I still want to drink every day. And to me, that is not freedom at all. That would lead to a boring life because you want to do something so bad and you're just denying yourself every single day. This is also why the Sinclair Method, which is the treatment I use to get sober from alcohol, is such a powerful treatment because, number one, it doesn't require abstinence. In fact, I went on this treatment with no intention to quit drinking. I wanted to just reduce my drinking and have more control, and this treatment absolutely made me do that. But what happened to me over time, the longer I was on the Sinclair Method, is that I simply lost interest in alcohol to where it became so unimportant in my life that I was drinking like once a month, one drink a month, and then that led to me just not drinking anymore because I was forgetting to drink. And the reason I would forget to drink is because my brain got fixed. Like, the Sinclair Method is a neuroscience treatment that works to reverse alcohol use disorder inside the brain. So I feel like I was taken back to the place I was in, for example, in my teenage years before I ever had alcohol use disorder. I had plenty of fun without alcohol. I had lots of hobbies and things that I enjoyed to do, things I was applying myself to in life, and alcohol was just absolutely unimportant for me, and I didn't feel like anything was missing from my life because I wasn't drinking. I just didn't need the alcohol. And that's what the Sinclair Method did for me. I feel like it completely reversed the alcohol addiction in my brain to the point where I don't even care about drinking anymore, and I genuinely enjoy life without alcohol and feel like nothing is missing at all. And the truth is, with the Sinclair Method treatment, I can drink anytime I want to. I would just follow the protocol. But the truth is, in almost 6 years, I just haven't wanted to drink. Like, it just doesn't appeal to me anymore. I enjoy life much more without drinking, but the option is always there if I want to. And so I really do believe that this is why some people experience sobriety as something that's boring, because again, the brain is still hijacked to crave the substance. And when we can't have something that we really, really want, of course, we're going to feel like we're miserable because we're just denying ourselves something that we want every single day. But that's also where the Sinclair Method treatment protocol is truly life-changing, because it allows us to have the substance that we want, but helps us to have more control over it. And for some of us, it takes us to a place where we just don't really desire the substance anymore anyway, and we prefer to not drink. So I hope that helps explain a bit about the contrast of being sober before a treatment like the Sinclair Method versus being sober after it.